everybody. Happy Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday. I have a confession. I have to tell you guys a secret. All right. But before I tell my secret, let's see who's in here tonight. All right. One friendly face, one. Welcome back. He said, I'm ready. I'm in SpongeBob voice. Let's get it. Brenda. Oh, Brenda, welcome back. Good evening to all. SL says hello. Idota says, hey, y'all. Happy Tuesday. Jason is ready. Essa Stone, thank you so much. And Danielle Cameron, thank you. Thank you so much for joining tonight. Yes, I have a secret I am going to possibly tell. But anyway, everybody, welcome back. It's Tuesday. Tonight on Celebrity Court of Public Opinion, the gavel is going to be real heavy. And guess what? So is the heat. We have a rap icon takes a federal plea. A viral superstar gets cuffed in Cali. A beloved comedian might be laughing all the way to prison. And yes, one music mogul. He's not partying in Ibiza this summer. He's detained and denied. When does image become evidence? When does behavior break the brand? And when is the law the only thing left to believe in? Hopefully with these lawyers, my legal beagles, we're going to believe into the law. Tonight, we're not here to cancel. We're here to cross-examine. Drop your verdicts in the comments because you know we'd love to see your comments. Smash that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and also hit the share button and invite some people over because this right here, this show, this is where fame faces facts. All right, let the court come to order. As I introduce our legal beagles tonight, first up we have the lovely, beautiful entertainment attorney, Esquire, Ashley Carter. Ashley Carter, welcome back to Celebrity Court.
Hi, everybody. Happy to be back.
You look happy. All right, joining her is, our author, All the Shit That Never Taught You in Law School, and he has a new book, Jason Weiss from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Welcome back to Celebrity Court.
Thank you, Your Honor. Very excited to be here tonight.
All right, and last but not least, let's put our hands together for one of the funniest attorneys I have ever met in my life. Humorous at law, Sean Carter. Sean Carter, welcome back to Celebrity Court.
Thanks for having me, Your Honor. I'm feeling almost as good as you. So let's get going.
Listen, that's why you can't tell lawyers nothing. You can't tell. It's supposed to be lawyer, client, privileges. Ashley, where's my backup? You're not supposed to be spilling the tea, bro.
I didn't say nothing.
You got your cranberry juice right there, Your Honor. We all saw it. We're all celebrating that Attorney Turner is taking a little vacay. So
that's right. For those asking, attorneys,
she sends her love. I'm going to hold it down for the women.
There you go.
Yeah, Your Honor, we got to figure it out. If she could take 2 vacations over the course of the summer, rest of us here, we better negotiate better for ourselves.
I know you got to do better negotiations. Take that up with HR, Jason. Thank you very much for so diligent in your due diligence. All right, everybody, here we go. We're going to start with a viewer poll. All right, this is a question. Please jump down in the chat and let us know what you think. Should celebrities, the question here is, should celebrities with past felonies be allowed to own firearms if they claim self-defense? All right, let me repeat it. Should celebrities with past felonies be allowed to own firearms if they claim self-defense? Drop down in the chat and put yes if everyone deserves protection, and put no because the law is the law and the law says that you can't. All right, here we go. Boosie Badazz, a federal plea or street strategy. He raps about freedom, but just pled guilty to a federal gun charge. Is Boosie playing chess or just cutting losses? Now, look, this is what we know about the case, right, attorneys? Boosie Badazz is a repeat felon. I want you legal beagles to explain what being a repeat felon means. He was arrested in San Diego last summer after allegedly being seen holding a gun during a traffic stop. Traffic stop means they had to pull him over for a reason. Despite initially acting like the case was dropped, he just accepted a federal plea deal. Details, unfortunately, though, are under wraps because under the federal law, felons caught with a firearm face up to 10 years in prison. But he did a plea deal. Now, in my mind, a plea deal often signals cooperation or a calculated trade-off, which to me would be a snitch. But we're going to throw it to the legal beagles and talk about this tonight. And I'm going to start with you first, Sean Carter. Sean Carter, explain to me, is Boosie protecting his freedom or protecting his brand with this plea deal that he's negotiated?
I suspect he's trying to protect his freedom in the sense that if you plead guilty, you get a better sentence than you otherwise would get if they make you, it's like, think about it. It's like if I make you go all the way to trial, all right? It's like when your mama used to say, you can admit it now, but if I have to go find out from your teacher, right, you're going to get a real whooping. And then that's what it is. And they had him dead to rights. Bootsy needed change. He's not Boosie Badazz. He's Boosie Dumbass. I pull him over. He in the backseat of the SUV with the gun in plain sight. All right. What has he got? A death wish? You understand that the San Diego PD, that's real close to
Let's
LA.
put him on the main stage, please. Put him on the main stage, please. Thank you. Go ahead.
We're shooting you if you don't have a gun. All right. He's sitting there. I'm like, seriously, what was it? I'm worried about him. Was he feeling sad? Did he have a sad? Because Boosie, you might have been suicidal ass. You're a dummy. All right. The fact that you are going back to jail for a little while, you're probably smart that you're only going a little while because you're going to plead guilty, but you're definitely going back. This guy, by the way, 5 yeyears in prison. All right. Smuggling drugs, etc. He got off on a murder conviction. That was his good day in court. So yeah, Boosie, you're a big dummy. And I don't feel bad for you at all. And I can say that because you ain't gonna come here because guess what? You're going to jail.
Yeah, but you'll only be protected from him for 2 years. That's all you're going to get because that's probably all he's going to get is 2 years. So he's going to come find you in year 3. So you better be careful and witness protection over there in Oregon, right? Carter, that's what we're saying these days.
Let me tell you why I ain't scared. I'm a 57-year-old black man. All right, I'm already supposed to be dead. All right, if I make it another 2 years, it'll be a miracle. So I ain't worried about it.
So I do want to answer the question, Your Honor, that you posed. You asked what a repeat felon was, or that's also called a habitual offender or a repeat offender. It's a person who's previously been convicted of a felony and is now being accused of a second one. So once you have that, you are now considered a repeat felon because you already have it. It's like you get up to the batter's box, you already have strike one, and then some jurisdictions, 3 strikes, and they give you the full sentence and all of this. But it just means he's already been convicted of a felony at least one time, and he's going back for more.
Ashley Carter, let's go to you real quick because it ain't one time. He clearly has a history of just fucking dumb decisions that has landed him in the legal system for a long time. What are your thoughts on this? Even with all his past history, are we giving rappers or people like a harder time, or do you think it's appropriate? Like I feel like with all those offenses, I mean, behaving and giving him this felony is not anything to do with anybody else.
Yeah, I don't think this has anything to do with his celebrity. So this is the one time. I think even non-celebrities who are, as Jason pointed out, repeat offenders, once you are an offender of the law, I hate to say it, you have a target on you. So even if you're not famous, they are looking to lock you back up, especially if you're on some sort of probation. What's interesting, I want to highlight a comment in your audience. Vonisha said it was a video shoot that someone posted on IG, and the police saw it and then pulled them over once they were leaving the video shoot. So to be fair, I don't think he was really trying to put it out there. I think he got caught up with someone reposting something on social media.
Attorney Ashley, hold on. Order in my freaking court. Order in my court. When the cops show up, don't get caught with a gun in your lap.
No.
Move the freaking gun, Attorney Carter. Come on now.
Wait. No, read the comment again. They made it seem like it was posted on social media. That's how he got caught.
That's probably how the cops saw him, maybe. But if they pulled up on him and you sitting there with a gun in your lap, like you're not thinking, like at minimum move the gun out of your lap.
Because at some level, going back to your celebrity, so I will bring celebrity. Once you become a celebrity, at some level, people think that they are untouchable. And I think that is probably the running theme of this show.
Okay.
I mean, it's literally called Celebrity Court. And I do think, honing back to the name, at some level, I think you forget that, yes, the rules apply to you. If you are a felon,
he threw the vodka in the glove box, the cocaine in the back seat, and he couldn't get to the gun fast enough. That's what the problem was.
Perhaps.
I don't get why.
All right, I will agree. I will agree with that. Yes, ma'am. I think that's the common theme here. Because a lot of the cases that we cover, we're like, how could you be so stupid? Mm-hmm. You're that stupid because you think you are above the law until you are reminded that you're not above the law. And especially, I don't even understand when people don't understand you can't look like that and expect to not be treated like you look like that. I'm just saying, all right, let's close this out.
What does he look like, Al? What does he look like?
I want people to put in the chat what y'all think he looked like, because I'm not playing with y'all tonight, okay? So I'll tell you why I have attorney-client privileges. But Taylor, put that picture back up. If whatever you told me he did wrong, he did it. He did it. He did it. If he showed up in court, he did it.
That's prejudicial.
No, but I'm presidential. But this is the deal. I got to be honest with everybody. I have met Boosie. He has respected me every time he sees me on the carpet doing an interview. He's got to be one of the coolest people that I have met. He's got to be hands down one of the coolest people that I have met in the entertainment industry. But unfortunately, like we said here before, you're never above the law. You're never above the law. And you have so much experience with the law that you doing dumb stuff like this makes me understand that you think you're above it. And that ain't good. All right, everybody. Boosie, you've always walked in the line between redemption and rebellion. But this is not a mixtape. This is federal law. If you want to stay free, the only heat you should carry is on your tracks, sir. We say this all the time on this show. Go put it on a vinyl when you have an issue and not take it out with stuff that's going to land you back in jail. All right, everybody.
Or at least put your gun on the passenger seat. That's a perfect segue to the next one.
Something like move it somewhere where you can like argue that it wasn't yours, but in your lap, that's not going to work. Okay, let's
pull a Soulja Boy.
Let's keep it going. All right, speaking of Soulja Boy, this is a poll that I would like to take. Does Soulja Boy's latest arrest prove some artists can't grow up? Drop down in the chat. Here's the question. Does Soulja Boy's latest arrest prove some artists can't grow up? Throw in the chat yes, he's a walking L, which means he's losing, or no, the system sets them up. Yes, he's a walking L, or no, the system sets him up. All right, here we go. Another day, another Soulja Boy saga, but this time it's a loaded charge and the law isn't dancing. In July 2025, LAPD, which was last month, pulled over a car and spotted a firearm inside. Right? Inside was Soulja Boy riding shotgun. Given his past felony conviction, this is a serious violation. In California, being a felon in possession of a firearm carries 2 to 3 years minimum, with possible enhancements if you're already on probation, which he was, or just a repeat guest in the system. All right, I'm going to throw to you first, Attorney Jason Weiss, because you deal with a lot of this in Florida. Is this justice or is this deja vu?
So I look, when they did the search, he was in the passenger seat. They found the gun in the car, but prosecutors went ahead and they're not charging him, and they're not pursuing charges because they found insufficient evidence. He was ultimately released. He is out. He is done. And this, hopefully, this was a close call for him and he could go ahead and move on with his life. And I think the first thing he did was call up Boosie and said, man, I told you, move that gun out of your lap, put it somewhere else in the car. You'll be good to go. And I think we actually have a little bit of, some media here. His first day out, he posted this on Instagram.
Mm-hmm. Attorney Sean Carter, let me ask you this. Should past convictions haunt artists forever, or does fame delay accountability? And let me tell you what I'm asking, because when they pulled him over, they ran his information, his place, license plate. That's when they found that he was, obviously a felon, right? And he has past felonies and convictions. And so when they saw the gun, they were like, okay, sir, we got to do our due diligence now. Right. So what do you think about that?
And aside from Soulja Boy, we'll get to him. Our system is really,
Let's bring him up on the main stage, please.
Our system is absolutely geared, all right, to make sure that we keep these 4 present profits full, all right, and at full occupancy. So once you get out of jail, it's very difficult to stay out because you have probation, you have all these rules. Like, for instance, if you're a convicted felon, you can't have a gun, you can't hang out with Pookie and Ray Ray, all right, you got to have, right, all the stuff, right? And so they're trying to get you back. But Soulja Boy seems like he is racing them back. Like, he's like, no, you ain't gonna catch me fast enough. Let me make sure I got a gun right here. And somebody got to explain to me this gun thing with all you hard rappers out there. I'm a 57-year-old black man running around Arizona in Crocs and cargo shorts. I ain't got to go nowhere, and I'm safe. But you tough guys with your punk asses got to have a gun that your dumb ass is carrying. Now, why you got an entourage and they don't carry the gun? When I bring someone with me to speak, my assistant, she carried a laptop. I'm not carrying a laptop because I'm doing the speaking. You supposed to be doing the rapping. Have that fool carry the gun and read.
Right, Attorney Carter, I agree.
and Attorney Carter, you're in Oregon, not Arizona.
Witness Arizona. It makes Arizona. Come on here, Boosie, you dumbass. You can't even get here. You don't even know where Arizona is.
I'll give him a map. Sean Carter's here.
Oh, yeah, he's gonna read a map. He's third grade reading that. Boosie, come on, bring your ass on.
Hold on. I thought I was the one that was high.
Well, you got me all inspired.
Drunk, you're drinking.
Drunk, yeah, that's it. Sorry. All right, Ashley, what you got to say? Because it seems like you got something pinned up in you that you need to share.
No. What I was saying was, what's interesting about this is they decided not to move forward. Maybe Jason can answer this. I think it's because they probably couldn't prove that the gun belonged to him. So what's the point of moving forward with the charges? Because if the gun is just in the car and it's more than one person in the car, it doesn't have to be my gun. So I have to believe that they didn't think there was enough to connect Soulja Boy to the gun, because he's not dumb enough to, like, I don't know, have his fingerprints on it or whatever. I'm sure there just wasn't enough for him to connect. But the sad thing is, I don't even know if it's enough to scare him straight.
Or maybe one of the other people in the car said, it's not his gun, it's my gun. And then
that could have easily. But
what they did was they arrested everybody. They arrested everybody in the car because there was a weapon there. They were looking out for the safety of the officers first. And then once they went ahead and they couldn't tie the gun to him, the prosecutors probably said, forget it. We're not even going down this path. Or someone else said, it's my gun, or it was registered to that other person. Soulja Boy's problem is the fact that he's the only named person in this entire thing. Nobody else is a celebrity or quasi-celebrity. So their names don't hit the paper. If it wasn't him, it just would have been driver. We wouldn't even cover the story. And even if there was someone with a little bit of fame, it would be that person's car was pulled over. And so, that's where he gets it. He gets a little bit of a target on his back because he is a convicted felon and because he's a celebrity.
All right,
Danielle Cameron said that they decided not to move forward because they realized his fame died in 2000.
You know what?
They said it would be worth the tax dollars because taxpayers pay for the trials.
Y'all got me messed up. All right, so here we go. Soulja Boy, I do like the fact that he did revolutionize the internet, but you can't remix reality.
Gotta give him credit.
You're not new to the game or the law. Either grow up, and Soulja Boy, you've been doing this a long time, or get used to cell service of a different kind. Because you got about one more mistake, like Sean Carter said. You got about one more mistake, and they're going to be happy to put you in jail, sir. I mean, come on. All right, so here's the question. Poll number 3, everybody, algorithms. Should assault against service workers carry automatic felony charges? All right, this is interesting. I'm setting y'all up. Here we go. Should assault against service workers carry automatic felony charges? Drop down in the chat, put yes, protect the service workers, or no, depends on the context. Here we go. Let me repeat it one more time. Should assault against service workers carry automatic felony charges? Yes, protect the service workers, or no, depending on the context. Speaking of context, he made us laugh on Friday. I know I laughed, but now he's on trial for a felony. That's no joke. Caught on surveillance, allegedly hurling a credit card reader at a hotel clerk in San Diego. Faizon, the comedian, is facing felony assault charges. And guess what? He chose trial over a plea. Now, in the state of California, law can escalate charges from misdemeanor to felony based on the object used and the intent to harm. Jason Weiss is going to share with us what that is, even if the victim walks away. Jason, let's go to you first real quick, because you taught me something that I didn't know. So, or Carter, one of the two of you told me this. So in the state of California, specifically, if you throw a card reader, a credit card reader, so they have it in the law that if you throw a card reader at somebody, it's a what?
No, it's an ordinary object. An ordinary object. A credit card reader is considered an ordinary object. A remote control is an ordinary object. It can qualify as a deadly weapon if it's thrown or used in a way that will likely cause harm. And what they can do is they could charge you with a felony, but they're going to look at what's the object thrown, what was the intent, and what was the resulting injury. So in this case, and we have testimony from the clerk who said the card reader was thrown at her, she is going to say that it was thrown at her. But algoriters, listen carefully at what she says, because she doesn't talk about any injury or any intent. And I think that's good cue up for, let's get Bailiff. Let's hear it play.
Faizon Love is charged with felony assault. The actor is accused of ripping a credit card reader off a hotel lobby check-in desk last August and throwing it at a clerk. That woman says she suffered a concussion. Prosecutors say Love was angry after a booking he made through a third-party app could not be honored. The hotel clerk does not want to be identified, but she described the incident on the witness stand today during the preliminary hearing.
Mr. Love again was just going off on repeatedly cussing them out. Every other word was a cuss word, and it was getting louder. I then proceeded to say, okay, that's enough. And Mr. Love looked directly at me, pulled the credit card machine off, and threw it at my direction.
Love's defense attorney says that the clerk told police the night of the incident that Love threw the credit card reader between her and another coworker, not directly at the woman. Love pleaded not guilty to the charges. A trial date has now been set for January.
All right, let's get to this real quick, because put me on the main stage here, because I got some questions for the attorneys. Okay, guys, listen. All right, true transparency. I love this guy. Just like Christine R. says, TK Kirtland loves this guy. I find him to be very, very funny. What is going on here? I'm going to throw to you first, Sean Carter. What is really going on here? Obviously, and let me tell you why. I'm not condoning his behavior. All right? In my mind, he came from doing a show. He booked it through a third party. He came to check in after his show. He was tired. He's irritated. He can't get a place. He can't get a place anywhere else. The people that booked him booked this hotel. This is where he's supposed to sleep. And the lady's telling him it's not going to work. All right. So he overreacted. He throws the credit card reader. He rips it off and says, fuck you. Oops, sorry, whatever, and throws it. No one's harmed. No one gets hit. No one gets harmed. Nothing happens. Attorney Carter, how did we get here?
I will confess to you, I'm confused too, Your Honor. The only thing I can think of is that the prosecutor is a big Cat Williams fan. All right. And Faizon and Cat got a thing. So he must have taken Cat's side and said, you know what? I hate Faizon, because remember, he's not being charged with assault. I get that. He's being charged with assault with a deadly weapon. And Attorney Weiss was correct. I want to make sure the algorithms understand this. A deadly weapon is basically any object other than a pillow. All right? I'll give you an example. Frozen turkey. We've had cases like that. Someone threw frozen turkey at someone. Try to hit them with a plunger, a toilet plunger. All right? A bar stool. Obviously, hot coffee, right? A can of soup. The can. It's like, hey, that's a deadly weapon. It requires two other things. An object, that's simple. All right? Any object will count. An intent. You have to have intent to hurt the person, which Attorney Weiss talked about. And then the third thing, and this is the thing I think that Faizon will probably get off on, the force. If I just lob it to you, right? If I don't really throw it to you that hard or whatever, then it's not going to have the intent of a deadly weapon. All right. On the other hand, if he, wound up and really chucked that thing, big worm style, he might have a problem. And I think it's weird, though, because normally nobody would be charged with assault with a deadly weapon with a credit card reader. Right. Also, I got to tell, Faizon something. I'm going to be a little more calm than I was with the rappers. Brother, and this happens to me all the time, by the way. I travel and I stay at hotels. And every once in a while, hotel.com or whatever might mess up the booking. You know what I do? I take my credit card out and I book it again. And then I go to hotel.com and I get
you are shady, counselor. Counselor, you are shady because you are suggesting he could not take his credit card out and he could not book another room.
Absolutely.
That's exact shady, counselor. Counselor, you're shady. We're not going. Nope, we're not allowing shady in the court today.
The other thing is the resulting injury. So first, according to the news, which is only reporting, she said something about a concussion. But if he threw the machine between this woman and another coworker, then it didn't hit anybody, and she's not claiming that it hit her. So that's the element that was missing. You need to have some sort of resulting injury, not just damage that the machine broke or it shattered up against the wall. It's a resulting injury.
No,
and she didn't. You need a resulting injury.
No, not for assault with a deadly weapon. Think about it. If you try to pum somebody, that's assault with a deadly weapon, even if you miss them.
That's assault. They're saying that to qualify as a deadly weapon, I guess this is battery, not even assault.
It's assault. Assault is the attempt. Battery is landing, and basically they're saying any weapon is a deadly weapon if you throw it hard enough.
Yep.
Okay. And so
he didn't throw it at her. It was thrown in between her and another person. So that's
Ashley Carter. So since you're sharing with us the specifics, share with us how this woman was allowed to retain a lawyer with this bullshit story and do a court filing and find a judge to take this on. How does that happen, Ashley?
This Carter? Is criminal.
Yeah, this prosecutor did this.
It's criminal.
So how did who does this woman know that the state decided that they
isn't she the victim? So she has to, or the witness to the crime? I mean, she has to.
But I know she has to
have witnesses. The prosecution.
It's only going to help her civil claim afterwards. That's all.
I get it, but y'all guys, listen to my question. All right. Police got called out to the hotel that night because a credit card reader was thrown at workers.
Right.
They show up, they create a police report. Right? Am I right? That's how it works, right?
Yep.
All right. Somewhere between them filing their police report, this information had to get back to the state attorney, right?
Please do
and
that.
The state attorney had to decide to escalate this up to a state charge on a thrown credit card reader.
Yes.
Somebody explain to me, how do you go from a disturbance at a hotel desk to now being charged by the state? Who wants to take that on?
I got 2 words. It's California. Plain and simple.
I got 2 additional words. Because you're black. That's it. I don't believe
that's right.
He's so famous. This is called Celebrity Court. So let's take it back to the name. He's also a celebrity. You have to remember, prosecutors love making a name for themselves. And so potentially if this was someone else, I mean, I kind of feel like because it's a card reader, it may have been kind of, I don't know how big a card reader. I'm assuming it's just the thing.
It's tiny. Right? It's like
It's one of those things where you
like a Starbucks.
Like the Starbucks. Okay. I don't know why I was thinking about an ATM machine.
That might have been a deadly weapon if you're throwing an ATM machine.
Right. I don't know why I was thinking ATM. Okay, the little card reader. So what I'm saying is if a normal person had gotten angry and just kind of pushed the card reader and it flew between two clerks.
Right.
I don't even know if, to Al's point, it would have even risen to the level of this going to the prosecutor. I believe, again, this is called celebrity court. If you are a so here's the list. If you are a celebrity, if you previously have committed crimes, if you are a minority, if you're these things, you're just adding layers.
You're a target.
In terms of you being a target. Yeah. So you just have to just be aware of that. But no, I don't, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think anybody was hurt. I know assault doesn't require anyone to be hurt, but no one was hurt. It just flew in between the two.
The news story said the clerk got a concussion.
Oh, okay.
So, can we get a picture back up of Faizon?
Okay.
Isn't he Big Perm? What's up, Big Worm?
Yeah. So you get a call, all right, for the police, and they pull you. I'm happy the brother, survived the encounter. Here's the thing about I think the judge is absolutely right.
You're not gonna be.
I think the judge is. I think you, Al, or Judge Al, are absolutely right. If he was just a little bit lighter, all right, and looked like you, I think he would have been fine. All right, but that's too big and black to be pulling credit cards. You can't move like that big and black. You can't do that.
It's
you gotta be
because you already, to be fair, as Sean is saying, you're going to give off that you are being aggressive. That you're being aggressive. No, it's true.
Jason, is this
you come
true?
off aggressive.
No, I would have walked into the lobby and I would have said, "What's up, Big Worm?" I mean, that's what it is. So, but yeah, I mean, look, he is a big man. He is so he looks intimidating,
like aggressive. Yeah,
he looks like.
Oh but, God, damn! I'm sorry, I saw the comment.
We're moving right along. Faizon, comedy is about timing, but court is about accountability. Unfortunately, sir. But I don't understand how you got here. But throwing objects at workers in 2025 to me is what you're guilty of.
Got a concussion.
I don't think it's more of what the crime is, not just aggressive.
I think they overcharged him.
Culturally, in your age group, just out of pocket.
Right. They overcharged him. He's going to have to go back to the ice cream truck selling stuff out of the side.
All right, everybody, this is the time of the show. I'm going to need you to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. The likes just aren't liking. Also, don't forget to jump down in the comments. We love reading your comments and turn on your notifications for all new stuff that's happening with the show. Next up, we're going to do a viewers poll. The poll here is, should Diddy's pre-sentencing detention be the new standard in abuse cases? Oh, this one's tough. Should Diddy's pre-sentencing detention be the new standard in abuse cases? Drop yes, the danger is real. Drop no, you should be innocent until proven guilty. All right, here we go. Should Diddy's pre-sentencing detention be the new standard in abuse cases? Drop yes in the chat, the danger is real, or drop no in the chat, innocent until proven guilty. All right, from bad boy to behind the bars, Diddy's not on trial yet, or his date hasn't, his sentence hasn't been given yet, but he's already out of options. I'm so sorry. With mounting trafficking and abuse allegations, the Southern District of New York has once again denied Diddy's bail. The court cited coercion, danger to the community, and a failure to prove the incidents were consensual. Oh, I didn't know that. I can't wait to talk about that. When accused of violent federal crimes, bail isn't a right, it's a calculated risk. Judges weigh community safety and flight risks, especially when it comes to high-profile cases. All right, I'm going to throw it to you, Attorney Carter, because you actually were, Ashley Carter, spent some time at the jailhouse in this. And this is my question to you. Has Diddy's empire finally collapsed under the weight of unchecked power? Or is this the court saying, sir, you may have gotten off on the main charges, but we still have protocol to follow?
I definitely think by the judge saying, and I think Rashad's going to put on the screen the court's order today. It was just a very nice way of saying no again. It was a very nice way of saying no. He's saying, hey, I'm going to repeat to you what I said, back in July. You still have not been able to show that you're not a danger to society. Your own lawyers said that you were abusive and you've done these things. So if your own lawyers have admitted that you are this way, the protocol says, even if you're not Diddy, I can't let you out before sentencing. And so, yeah, this judge's letter was just a very nice way of saying, you haven't shown me anything else to change my mind about you being a danger to society.
All right, let's go to you. Let's go to you.
One more thing I want to say. Okay. It's not a popular opinion, but I don't actually think he's a danger to society. I wouldn't go that far. What I do think he may be, people may be concerned for some of the women or some of the people he's maybe personally dealt with, but I don't think he's going to come out and do anything crazy, not 2 months before sentencing. I mean, he would have a death wish, you know? So even though they're saying, oh, he's already admitted to being violent, how much could the man do in the next 60 days if he can't leave his home, if he has an ankle bracelet? It's almost like they're just trying to get him on a technicality. I don't think Diddy would do anything 60 days before his sentencing. I just don't think.
Thank you, counselor. Thank you, counselor. Let's go to you, Sean Carter. Sean, explain to me the gall, number one. All right. And then I want you to explain to me, is the gall not warranted considering all the major charges have been dropped?
That is his argument. But, and Attorney Ashley Carter said it best. All right. But she didn't do the whole Nene thing. I'm going to do the Nene thing from the Housewives of Atlanta. I said what I said. All right, that's what the judge said. He said, hey, we've been here a month ago. I told you I wasn't going to let him out. Now, there's a good reason not to let Diddy out. Because you're going to put him back in jail. It don't make any sense to let somebody out, hope they don't run away, and then bring them back to jail in 2 months when you got them there now. And Diddy's only real thing was to say, hey, you understand how bad it is in here, Judge? And the judge was like, yeah, I send black people to jail every day. I know how bad it is. That's why I don't go. Okay? And Diddy's talking about, that his food has maggots in it. All right, he's talking about how they on lockdown, they don't have no AC. And he's like, yeah, that's how jail works. And I got to tell you, a lot of people like that idea. I hate that. As a member, as officer of the court, as someone who's pledged an oath to the system, I'm embarrassed our prison system is this way. All right, it really should be better. But the fact that it's not better for Diddy doesn't make it like, oh, it's not like, because I got to tell you, Diddy would feel like the same way he feels now if he was in my house, my suburban track house. He'd be like, oh, I can't live like this. So I get it why you can't make Diddy happy. All right.
Hey, he should come down to Florida to the alligator Alcatraz. We got alligator Alcatraz. He should be happy he's not there.
All right, Attorney Weiss, tell me here. The question is to me, right? The question to me is, why is it that the consensus feel like they're mistreating him at this point because he was clearly found not guilty of the serious charges? And people feel like because he was not found guilty of the serious charges, that the law somehow should still be followed, right? As it relates to the judge saying what he said. Can you speak to that?
Sure. And I think both Attorney Carters got it right. If you take everything that they say and you mesh it all into one, they're spot on, right? The judge is absolutely going to be giving Diddy more time. It could be another year. It could be another 3 years. It could be another 5 years. He is not going to let him out to then think that and hope that he's going to come back and then put him back. So he might as well stay there, serve 2 more months. Who knows? At the end of the 2 months, the judge could say, all of this and all of your motions and all of this, I was only going to make you serve 2 more months. Or he's going to say, look, I was going to make you serve 2.5 more years. And guess what? You already got 3 months of that served. So there was no way this judge was letting him out. And the crimes that he was convicted of, they carry a sentence of up to 10 years each. Chances are they're going to run simultaneously at the exact same time. So he's not going to do 10 years and then another 10 years. He's not going to do 10 years. He's probably looking at 36 months to 60 months Plus, he's already going to get credit for his time served. Because, again, he was found guilty of two things.
Right.
Yes, he was found guilty of the big one, but you're still found guilty of
so we still have to follow.
things.
We still have to follow the law. Yep.
And they're not going to let him slide away. Nope.
All right. Okay, Diddy, your legacy may have defined a generation, but no brand, I'm sorry, is above the law. From mogul to inmate, yeah, that's you. It's not just a fall from grace, it's a reckoning, in my opinion. And the music, I doubt if it stops playing because people really do enjoy the music that he made. But does that make the crime that he committed right? Absolutely not. All right, let's keep it going. This is the time of the show where we go back and we decide who's guilty or not guilty. First up, we have Boosie plead quicker than he dropped an album. Ooh, whoever wrote that is shady. Boosie plead quicker than he dropped an album. All right, let's go to you, attorney Ashley Carter. Is he guilty or not guilty for committing another felony?
Oh, he's clearly guilty. I mean, they pulled up and it was in his lap. So there's no defending this.
All right, guilty as charged. All right, Attorney Weiss, what say you? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty as charged. They found the gun in his lap. He should have taken a hint from Soulja Boy. That's all I got to say.
All right, Attorney Carter, tell us how you really feel.
I think he's innocent. He is. Yep. I think here's why. He's innocent because he in love with somebody in prison and want to get back to him.
You know what, Attorney Carter? I'm not doing this with you tonight. I'm the judge here. We're gonna find Boosie Badazz guilty of just being all in all the wrong, posting where you are, knowing you have a warrant out for your arrest, like telling the police where to find you, and then when they show up, you don't have. I think I would just have the inclination. It should come by habit to take anything that's bad around me and put it away from me. Guilty for not thinking. That's what we're going to charge you of. Next up, Soulja Boy still thinks he's 19, but guess what? The courts don't. Attorney Weiss, is Soulja Boy guilty or not guilty, even though the gun, we don't know if it was his or not? What are your thoughts?
I think he should use this as a learning experience to grow up a little bit, to be very thankful that someone either claimed the gun was theirs or the police couldn't tie it to him. And he should be thanking his lucky stars, and he got away. So good for him, and best of luck for the next one.
I'm going to tell you, counselor, you will double speak. Is he guilty or not?
Right.
Obviously he's not guilty. He's not. He's not,
okay, so not guilty.
Not guilty.
I swear, law school did you very well. Attorney Carter, help me out. Ashley Carter, guilty or not guilty?
I'm gonna answer your question right away. Not guilty. They did not find anything to connect him to the gun. Clearly.
All right, Attorney Sean Carter, guilty or not guilty?
He's not guilty by reason of the fact he can't afford a gun. He ain't had a hit. All right, since 2006.
Oh, wow.
Who bought a ringtone since 2006? All right, he ain't got no gun money.
Let's give credit.
Somebody had a gun, but he gave him
credit
gun.
where credit is due. He was the first one to reinvent music.
Oh, yeah, 20 years ago.
Oh, I am done.
I get it.
I am done. All right, everybody. I'm Alan. I'm the judge here in Celebrity Court. We're gonna find Soulja Boy guilty. I'm gonna find him guilty, even though he wasn't found guilty. I'm gonna find him guilty for even having the gun in the car, given your history. Come on, bro. You just can't do it, and you're a celebrity, so people are waiting to find a gun in your car so they can put you on Celebrity Court of Public Opinion.
This is
all right, Faizon. Next up, Faizon needs to throw jokes, not hardware. Attorney Weiss, is he guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
All right, Attorney Carter, guilty, not guilty, Ashley Carter.
Well, they said the person got a concussion, so clearly he's guilty. And as Cat Williams says, fat face on lie.
Oh, Ashley Carter's horrible. Sean Carter, what say you?
He's guilty of two things. One, all right, not minding his blackness. All right, you big and black, you got to be a lot more white. Two, more importantly, This is the important part. All right, Faizon, you should have thrown that at Cat Williams. He the one who said that your wife was weird face, light skin. All right, that lady didn't say nothing about your wife, and you throwing stuff at her. You just mad because you couldn't get Cat.
That's hilarious. All right, I'm the judge here, Celebrity Court of Public Opinion, and we're gonna find Faizon not guilty because I'm the judge and I like him. Hey, did y'all see me exercise?
Yep.
Hey,
Like it.
I'm partial too. Who cares? All right, last but not least, Diddy went from Forbes list billionaire to detention list real fast. Oh, how shady is that? Is he guilty or not guilty, Attorney Jason Weiss? And the bailiff should be ashamed of that.
Guilty or not guilty of what? Guilty or not
Put that
guilty?
picture back.
Wait. You hear the word you hear the word Diddy, you got to think guilty. That's it. Done. Guilty.
Ashley Carter, guilty or not guilty for trying to get out of jail?
Guilty or not guilty of what?
I'm telling you, you got to listen. Trying to get out of jail for no reason.
There's a reason why he's trying to get out. I mean, let's keep it real.
Is he guilty or not guilty, counselor? Guilty or not guilty?
I mean, somebody put in the comments, Gina wrote a letter to get him out. So he's definitely guilty of trying to get out, knowing that he probably needs to stay in until
Right, he needs to stay his ass
His
in there.
lawyers are guilty of spending his money.
Money, exactly. Sean Carter,
Yeah,
give me a guilt or not guilt, please.
He's not guilty. All right. And here's why. Because if I was I'm stuck in this little office here. I'm trying to get out. All right. I can't wait for the show to be over. So I know I wouldn't have been 2 months in jail. If I got money, I'm gonna be filing a motion tomorrow.
All right.
Oregon's not treating him well.
Not at all. Oregon's
Here
hard.
on Celebrity Court of Public Opinion. And we're going to find Diddy guilty of trying to get out of jail. I don't think it's a bad thing. I would try to get out either. I would be doing everything in the kitchen sinking that. I clearly would. Sorry, but you're guilty, buddy. So you're not above the law. Unfortunately, you're still there. And the judge says, what? What's the saying Nene said? I said
What I said.
What I said.
All right, everybody. Tonight wasn't just about guilt. It was about gravity once again. The gravity of a firearm in the hands of a felon. Duh. The gravity of a moment of rage captured on tape. Sorry. The gravity of power, unchecked, finally caught in a legal lens. It's been a long time coming. In this courtroom, we don't traffic in clout. We traffic in consequences. Because whether you're trending or convicted, the law is going to always be the great equalizer. And here at Celebrity Court, we deliver verdicts, not just for drama, but for dialogue. Don't forget, tune in, take a side, drop your verdict, because in this court, celebrity definitely doesn't mean immunity. It means scrutiny by Ashley Carter. Court is now adjourned until, of course, the next scandals hits on Thursday. Coming up next session, a Grammy winner faces financial fraud, a reality star crashes out, literally, and a social media influencer finds out the IRS watches TikTok. You don't want to miss the docket. This is where fame meets facts, and the truth always trends. Court is adjourned.